streaming. And I don't know. Let's make sure it's taking a minute. What is this? I think this mouse is acting up.
Let me see. Is it dirty?
I don't know. I'm like clicking on something and it's like doing something else. So
It's
I think it needs another battery.
There we go.
Cause like look, it smushed up that other screen.
But this is not the OBS though.
That is OBS down there.
Down there, this is okay, right? Oh.
Yeah. See what I mean? Like, why is it doing that?
Oh, you need to see the OBS.
Here, can I just let me try to
just pull it open? There we go.
Okay.
Hi, Louie.
Yeah, Louie's joining us.
Right on time, buddy.
Garas fan is here. In just one sec, I'm gonna close that thing here.
Louie's inviting you to enjoy his backside.
Yes, Louie is mooning everybody. He's like,
you've heard of a blue moon? Well, this is a Lou moon.
Yeah, he's like, hello everyone.
Lou moon, you're staring at his beehole. And now he's on my land.
Oh, Louie.
Because there's no place to go.
Louie Lou.
On with the show.
Yes, there's Crypt Kitty Louie joining us. Hey guys, we're going to start up our podcast. We're just giving it a few minutes.
Hey, Lou Moon.
And hopefully everybody's doing good. And if you missed this live stream, don't worry. You can catch the replay later and you can chime in and comment under the comments section here on our YouTube channel.
That's right.
Wiki Bobby's here.
Nice. Ooh, is it raining?
Is it raining out?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to rain tonight.
I left my car windows open.
That's random. Okay, Toy Painter 1 is here. Hey guys. Okay, so should we introduce ourselves?
I guess we could. Let's get on with the show. Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Living the Scream. The behind the scenes of the Mummy and the Monkey Show. That's right. I'm one of your hosts, James. I portray the monkey, also known as Grim Gory.
I'm Janet. I portray the mummy, and the character's name is Janet Decay.
That's right. You can see our live streamed horror hosted show on most Friday nights, beginning at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, p.m.
Yes, p.m.
Yeah, it's 1:45. We do like a 15-minute warm up, a countdown show, and then the show runs from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And but if you miss it, like Janet said, you can check out the archive. We have over 200 shows archived. Well, maybe not 200 shows, but
over 200 shows and videos and all kinds of things on our YouTube channel, and on our Facebook page. There's some of our older videos.
Yes, collectively we have like 6 episodes now.
Yes.
Right, Louie?
Right.
Louie.
So this podcast talks about our reselling
Yes.
adventures, our eBay and thrifting adventures, and then it also talks about behind the scenes things with the Mummy and the Monkey, with the show and movies and updates like that. So there's a lot we could talk about. We haven't done this in a few weeks.
Shoot, I forgot. I could have. I'm gonna have to grab something to show and tell.
Oh, after Louie's done.
Yeah. When we get to that point.
You don't want to disrupt the Louie.
No, but I do have a good show and tell.
He looks happy sitting there.
Pertaining to Mummy and the Monkey, and not for the reselling stuff. But okay, so what are we going to start with? Oh, someone's getting up.
So,
save 60%.
You get rid of that, and I feel like I'm going to...
Bless you. You were right.
I was right, yeah. I'm a little sneezy today.
It ain't easy being sneezy.
Okay, so, yeah, it's been a few weeks, and we've been hitting up yard sales and local sales, and I even bought a Star Wars collection from a friend who wanted to part with them, and there were some things, some play sets where I wasn't sure if I should just sell it all together or piece it out.
Right, piece it out, Girl Scout.
Like, part it out.
Well, initially, I mean, and I'll also tell people that this is not your wheelhouse. You're more of
I like
jewelry and like Barbie dolls and things like that. Dolls, jewelry, purses, collectible. But when it comes to
other little collectible things, and then some toys and other stuff. And I like Star Trek more than Star Wars.
To do with this.
Yeah, it does. Because
if this was the Enterprise, you would still have to do the same thing. You would hate it.
Well,
it was not hate it, but it's what's that?
Anyway, so I got a collection, and it's like these giant play sets.
Right,
like
sure.
One is a Millennium Falcon that I've been parting out. I sold some of the parts already, and I have more parts that I need to list.
Right. So initially,
with the play sets that are like this size,
you should have the.
With play sets that are this size, the shipping is a nightmare to ship
You
something
think?
that large.
It is.
So what I was researching is, like, people are buying pieces and parts that they're missing from their play set to complete their set. Like, if they're missing the doors, if they're missing the cover, the these little side pieces, if they're missing like these other little things. And people are buying the parts. So I've been parting it out. The little cannons, the little
the feet,
the
landing
feet.
gear.
There were like little feet on the bottom of these, and I took them out, and I have the feet listed. So this is what I've been going through, and there's still pieces and parts I could take out of here. It does light up and make noise. It did. Well, yeah, before I tore it up. But like the wiring and the little lights I could take out of this and put on eBay.
It's like a chop shop in our living room now.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, the guys that work on the cars, it's, or the scrapper people. They
know what chop shop
means. So,
you're like a Jawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of like a Jawa. You're like a scavenger.
I'm a scavenger,
like tearing apart everything and reselling it.
So it's for real. I've been scavenging these pieces and parts. Some of the figurines I sold.
Janet, we'll call you Janet Jawa. That's interesting because it's almost
Yeah. I guess I am part Jawa, and I'm not even like, I like some of the Star Wars characters. I'm not that big into it, but that's okay. I'm learning. Some of the items I had to Google Lens to see who was who and do some research.
That's the rabbit hole with. And it's the same thing with Barbie though. Like, you don't know. I mean, when you get like these giant bins and bags full of Barbie pieces and parts, it's the same thing. You're learning as you go, but you don't know what these all are yet until you look them up. I
have bagfuls of Barbie shoes and little outfits and pieces and parts to Barbie playsets.
And these are decades worth of things and development. Same thing with Star Wars. Star Wars came out in the late 70s. I mean, they've been making toys since the first movie. So, to try to stay on top of anything that's been out since then.
Yeah, think of all the decades of these
Barbie's
different...
even older.
Barbie, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever. Any type of playset you could think of. How many years of toys and things like that, people have collected and bought. And
it's a lot.
And if someone is a collector and they have, let's say they have a Millennium Falcon and they need just like one little piece to finish it, well, they're going to look on eBay and they're going to look to see who's selling that part.
And here's something cool if you didn't know, and this is how this kind of discussion kind of goes off into this thing too. Speaking of parts and stuff and pieces to anything, whether it's Barbie, Star Wars, it doesn't even matter what the G.I. Joe, He-Man.
He-Man, all the little weapons and plastic pieces from He-Man and She-Ra.
Doesn't matter.
Motu, Masters of the Universe.
There are all kinds of places on the regular interwebs, on the internet, that you can go to. There are that identify these things, that have lists, visual lists, and there's also groups on like Facebook. I belong to a couple of them, and all you do is upload a picture. It's like one of them's called Action Figure Identification Group. But if you just type those in, there's multiple ones. You join them. Right. And all you do is they like you to put a photograph of, if you have more than one thing, you should put like A or 1, 2, 3, put a little number or letter next to each item in the same photo that you're looking to identify. And there are people that love to just sit there and and tell you what you have in your photograph. So that's one way to do it. You can do it with Google Lens, but sometimes if you take a picture of a gun and it's done really nice, the gun's it'll just find regular gun. It doesn't know it's a toy sometimes.
Yeah, kind of like with some of the doll dresses. If I Google Lens a Barbie outfit, it'll pull up women's clothing, like different outfits.
It doesn't know the scale.
It doesn't know the difference or the scale. Yeah. So there are Facebook groups like Barbie identification, action figure identification, and it does come in handy if you're really stumped on something.
Yeah, and it's super handy. So all those kind of resources, if you're reselling, one thing or a million things. You can definitely run to the internet now and find out different. It's amazing, like the knowledge out there, and all you have to do is, but it's there, and all you have to do is access it, and it does help.
And a few weeks ago, I went to a yard sale that the person had tons of jewelry, and some of it was priced kind of high, some of it was priced very good. And, it was like costume jewelry mixed with sterling, mixed with designer stuff. And I didn't know all of those things, but I was like, some of this looks like it could be really good. And I think I spent like $70.
Yeah.
And it ended up being really good jewelry.
Yeah.
I bought like, a tote of stuff, and it ended up being like really good. So I think I went through most of that. There's still some other pieces I'm looking through, but I was learning some designer names that I didn't know before.
Yeah, and from that same sale, away from the jewelry, I found that G-Shock watch for $2, and it's a $70 watch. So
yeah,
it's up there now. It's got some watchers and stuff. I haven't sold it yet, but it was $2.
Yeah, so
and
you
sold
could even
like 50 to 70. So.
Yeah, you could even take a $50 offer, and the person buying it is going to get a deal.
Oh yeah, because
they're not going to pay full price.
No,
and then you're still making something on it.
I'm only $2 in.
Yeah, so that's cool.
It is nice. So yeah, so
even though it's like I feel bad kind of ripping up the Millennium Falcon, I know these pieces are going to help someone else's collection, and it's going to go to a good home.
Yeah, but with that Millennium Falcon, you had another piece that was an AT-AT or AT-AT.
Yeah, AT-AT walker.
Bigger than that.
It's the big walkie thing with the legs in Star Wars, like the big robotic walking thing.
The big camel.
He's got the long leggities. Yeah. And
all the Star Wars fans. But yeah, there's a one that's about the same scale as that. It's pretty big.
I packed it up. I sold it.
That sold whole.
That's one I decided not to part out because I wasn't sure how to take the legs off properly. And it didn't seem like that. It looks like people buy those whole instead of...
There's not so many parts with that one.
Yeah, I think the Millennium Falcon is a little more involved with all the little pieces and parts, and then the AT-AT is not as involved. Yeah. It's just ginormous.
Yeah.
So I hope I wrapped it up good enough for it to get to its location, because I spent like a good hour packing that thing up.
That thing was huge, but
it was a beast.
It'll be gone tomorrow, and you're done.
But it's insured, so worst case scenario, they'll get a refund and I could file a claim. But I'm hoping it'll be all good.
Of course.
James Sears says, "Do you ever keep anything you've brought?" Yes. Not all things, but I do keep some things for myself. Like when I was going through the jewelry, there's a couple pieces I kept for myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When I go through some of the vintage Barbies or figurines, like trying to remember which action figure it was. Some of the He-Mans, I have a few He-Man and She-Ras that I kept for sentimental reasons. And then like a couple retro dolls that I thought were kind of cool, but mostly I like some of, that monster stuff or something that's really retro and cutesy. So yeah, I keep a few things here and there. What about you?
Of course, I do. Sometimes I just go look for stuff for myself. Yeah, I keep lots of stuff, comic books, toys.
Yeah.
You name it. I collect tapes and VHS tapes and all kinds of crapola. But yeah, I definitely have way too much stuff I keep, and I need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Right, Louie?
Yeah, there's a lot. Like DC or Marvel, says Wiki Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like a lot of the comic book stuff, and I like comics too.
I'm a Marvel Comics guy.
Yeah.
First and foremost, but yeah, I love independent titles too, quite a bit. All right, he's got. I'm gonna go grab something. You keep talking.
Okay. So James wants to do some show and tell.
Yeah, actually this is for Mommy Monkey show and tell. So.
Oh, okay.
I just want to grab it now. I'm thinking about it.
Louie's like, "Where are you going?" He might follow you. So let's read a few comments while he's away. Amazing what people collect, says Sears James. Yeah, it is. Every Barbie is Barbie to me. Yeah, and I have a whole tote of just Barbie stuff that I'm still sorting through. I had it dwindled down to a little bit, and then over the weekend I bought another collection of random retro Barbie doll stuff. So I know most of our viewers aren't interested in Barbie. That's why I'm not showing it too, because I thought you guys would find it boring.
Well, a bunch of little dresses and everything. What's wrong with that? It's not bad.
It might be boring to them. And I noticed, like, I did some vlogs a few weeks ago. One was about a vintage Barbie haul, and one was about a G.I. Joe haul. Yeah. And the G.I. Joe one got more views. So
go Joe.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
But, yeah, so... Yeah, it's been very eventful. We've both been finding some really cool stuff. We went to the Berea Flea Market on Sunday, and it was after it rained the night before, so we're walking on a muddy track, but
Oh, it was a muddy mess from all the rain.
But there was a lot of stuff there. A lot of vendors were out, and we made the rounds. We did the whole thing, and we wound up finding some pretty neat stuff, little stuff. Again, things that aren't really that visual. It's just like like I found a Red Skelton autograph.
Oh, that's cool.
$5. The guy just didn't care about it.
Yeah, I saw you bought that autograph, but I didn't know what celebrity it was.
Red Skelton.
Or
we know who that is.
Yeah, I know Red Skelton.
It says, "Thanks, dear Red Skelton." So who knows what he was thanking somebody for?
Yeah.
Okay, just still, I found a lot of VHS tapes. There one vendor had just one of my favorite things is like the guy or gal, whoever, who has like random stuff. Just random, a mix of everything.
Yeah.
But this guy had like cassette tapes.
It was old cassette tapes, like stuff taped off the radio, stuff taped. And then I found vintage buttons. I think I found like a Def Leppard, a Lynyrd Skynyrd vintage button, like maybe from the 70s or 80s.
I'd say 80s.
Like a bunch of band buttons that I think could be very collectible. Right. And I haven't even gone through that stuff yet.
Yeah. Again, to hold it up would be stupid because
they're so tiny. Yeah, they're real little buttons.
Even with the cassette tapes, I found Stray Cats, Quiet Riot. I wish it was in there, but a Twisted Sister cassette. That one was in there.
That would have been cool.
And then I found Andrew Dice Clay, The Day the Laughter Died, the double cassette thing that Rick Rubin produced. That's pretty cool find. Mm-hmm. And those are in real nice condition. The comedy ones and some other stuff that because cassette stuff can sell. I mean, if you have just the right ones, just like anything else. But people still are buying cassettes, so that's pretty neat. So it was fun finding that, and it was real cheap. I mean, we bought like a bunch of stuff for like $20.
Yeah, and it was
so
just
fun.
I love the vendors that have the boxes of kind of junky stuff.
Super junky.
And you're looking through to find like the couple of like really cool items that are like hidden in the junky stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, for me it was cool because I found stuff to resell, and I found stuff that I want to go through. Like you said, cassette tapes that have weird stuff written on them. One says COMPUTER, like computer or computer.
Computer.
Unless but why would you write the word computer on a cassette tape unless it's one of those computer cassette tapes?
Yeah, you found some horror movie VHSs. I
found some VHS, and some of them were horror. Mystery Science Theater 3000 tapes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you found MST3K on VHS.
Yeah, $3 for $1. This guy was selling a ton of different VHS, and he had a bunch of stuff. And we actually met a guy who was also into VHS archiving and collecting. Hopefully he'll write us. We gave him our flyer, so. Yeah. Maybe another connection there, finding cool stuff that's been taped off of television. I found some of that, and I haven't found any like VHS tapes in the wild for a while.
It's definitely cool to talk with other people who are into finding old tapes.
Yeah, the same exact issues, hoarding it all, blah blah blah. So we're all the same, cut from the same cloth.
I have tons of original concert T-shirts. Says James Sears or Sears James.
Those are good.
However he likes to be called. And then timing is everything, says Eureka. Eureka says sell the Barbie stuff now with the movie coming out.
Yep, that could be hot.
Well, I think Barbie has always been hot with that that type of collector.
Yeah, you've sold stuff the same like the minutes after you've listed it.
That stuff is very the collectors want it anyway.
Yeah,
but I think with the movie it might
it'll
bring about maybe some new collectors or maybe people who didn't collect for a while and now they want to get back into it.
Yeah, it has the heat of the movie and that can boost sales. We'll see. So yeah, trust me, she has bags. She just bought. This one vendor we went to that we know well, he had brought a bunch of. He had like 2 or 3 totes of just Barbie stuff.
Yes.
That he didn't know anything about and did not care about.
I was looking through it and I started kind of cherry picking things, and then there were like furniture pieces and parts that probably went to some Barbie play sets. Maybe the dream house or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And there was another lady that came up a few minutes later, and she was also shopping, but
also a reseller.
This
She had her what?
IKEA bag.
Yeah.
That's she's probably a reseller.
Yeah.
That's okay,
No,
because I sell too.
Half the people there.
But the refreshing thing about that,
Yes.
she was actually polite.
Yep.
So like if I was looking through a box, when I was done, then she would look through it. Like
she asked you, "Are you done looking?" Yeah.
She would ask me, "Oh, did you look through this one? Is it okay if I look through it?" She was really nice about it.
Oop.
And sometimes when you're at the flea market, people are really like, you know, they reach over.
Yeah.
They're like kind of grabby and rude.
She was real nice. She goes, "Is that your husband? Because I want to kiss him." And you're like, "Yeah, that is. I'm sorry, you can't kiss him."
Hey.
I'm like, "Thanks for asking, though."
That didn't happen.
In my dreams.
He's dreaming it happened.
But she wound up buying everything else that was there.
She bought everything else that I didn't buy.
Yep.
So that one vendor who's super cool, he sold it all pretty quick.
He just wanted to get gone. He didn't care about, because again, it's like you have to kind of choose your battles when it comes to reselling. There are people like what's his name, Auction Professor, who seems to dabble in multiple niches and gets way into them.
Well, he does videos about like postcards and
Paper
rare antique buttons,
ephemera.
And ephemera,
But those are
like
all
old advertising
But they're all
pieces.
individually their own sort of rabbit hole of what you have to get into.
And he'll people and like, you know, you could do that. You could buy like a whole collection and just say, "Hey, I'll buy it all," and then you could piece through it, sort through it.
Yeah.
I've done that before, but then sometimes I have to donate like half the stuff if it isn't sellable.
But if you got it at a cheap enough price, it wouldn't even matter then.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of having first crack at it.
I don't feel like I missed out. Like, you know, if she wanted to buy the rest of that, more power to her, no big deal. I think I got some cool stuff.
You got bags of stuff. Mm-hmm. Giant mystery bags full of stuff that you
like
know.
Little shoes and little accessories and all that little stuff goes missing, and then the collectors, you know, if they're missing those pieces,
well, not only that, but not only missing, but Barbies and accessorizing.
Oh,
dolls are
definitely.
about accessories.
Yeah.
So you just want that for your doll.
New
it's not about
shoes
missing
or new,
all the time, right?
No, it's not always about that. Sometimes you might want new outfits for your doll.
Barbie needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
that's why I think it's more of that, the accessories, because you know those are all sold separately. So if you're a collector, you're going to want to try to get it, you know, that might be, you know, you don't want your doll to wear the same thing. I mean, I think there are plenty of people out there that still like to dress their dolls up.
So here's another niche. There are people that will make clothing for dolls.
This is
and then
something
they
that surprised
sell
me.
the clothing online and they label it as one of a kind.
Oh, those one dudes that we used to know.
And people like that because then they have a one of a kind handmade piece that no other collector has.
Like those guys that used to come into your old shop.
Yes.
Those guys made a living designing Barbie clothes.
They would design doll clothes. And that was what they were doing.
They were looking for material and all kinds of stuff.
They were looking for vintage fabric and stuff like that.
Fabric,
yeah.
Pretty wild.
So let's read some comments. Garas says, "My grandma has every original Disney movie on VHS still. It's crazy." Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people collected those. There was that whole misnomer, that whole thing about the Black Diamond Walt Disney tapes or Disney tapes with the Black Diamond logo on the spine, and supposedly those were worth thousands of dollars. Well, on eBay, people were asking thousands of dollars for certain titles, which was not
worth
true.
that much,
no, they're not worth that much.
Most
at all. Even
VHS isn't worth much. There are some that are harder to find where collectors might want it if it's a different cover, maybe a different company released it, maybe it's sealed. But it's so niche, and some of them are kind of obscure. But there are some that do sell for good money, but again, it's obscure.
Sure.
You know,
there's more. There's less that's worth a lot.
Most VHS I sell online between Mercari or eBay are between like $10 to $20. Every now and then there might be a VHS that goes for $50, but I do have a few that I have priced at a couple hundred or with best offer.
Yeah.
And they're harder to sell.
Yep.
So okay, comments.
Yeah.
Y'all have so much going on, says Paul's Hangout.
Oofa, you ain't lying.
And then Paul's Hangout says, how do you schedule time for your reselling and horror host responsibilities? That's a good question. We're still trying to juggle that.
We just take it. Well, we have a rough idea of, we know how the show has to. We know that Friday's our deadline, right?
Right.
For the show.
Yes.
So starting tomorrow, I'll start working on the movie.
And we need to decide a movie tonight.
Yeah, we'll pick a movie tonight, and I'll start adding the sound effects and things like that, and chopping it up. And it usually takes me about 2 nights of about maybe 4 hours each night. So I've been about 8 hours. A regular work day, I could have a whole movie edited and sound effected up.
Well, and then, so during the daytime, like when most people work, like if people work a Monday through Friday 9 to 5, I try to stick to a daytime schedule with doing my eBay listings, getting orders out, organizing things. And then I also try to, clean, take care of the cats and everybody
do
here.
The stuff everyone has to do.
All the stuff everybody's doing. Yeah, and then it's like, okay, and I have to set aside some time for MummyMonkey. But
and me.
And you, of course. We have to set aside time for each other. But it's I think with anything people do, you try to have that work-life balance. Everyone's trying to juggle things around in their lives to make it work for them.
I can't even imagine how people with kids do it, because maybe I'm just too selfish, but no, I mean, I don't think there's really any moment of our, of course there's a little downtime here and there, but we're just constantly busy, with stuff, which is good. I'd rather do that than not have anything. I never like sitting around.
Yeah, I like having stuff to work on. I like keeping busy. But sometimes it's like, okay, I need to take a little bit of time to just sit on the couch and watch a movie.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do that a little bit.
Some stuff,
in between. But And we have to do, obviously, what's going to pay the bills first.
Sure.
So
priorities.
Reselling is my day job.
Yep.
That is what I do. That is my business.
Yep.
And then Mummy and the Monkey is the passion project, the side hustle that I'm trying, that we're both trying to build up so it could be something larger.
Yeah. Why shouldn't it be? The whole point, I mean, we've had this, this discussion before about, like it's good to put it in a category like with a side hustle or a passion project that's turned into a side hustle.
Yeah, you care about it, and you want it to grow, but at the same time you have to do these other things to have money.
Yeah, I've had people ask me point blank, and these are successful people and what they do. One guy's a sculptor, and I'm talking about.
Yes.
When I brought this up to him, he goes, "Are you going to be able to make a living doing that? Are you going to make money doing it?"
Yeah, a lot of people
looking at
have
me
asked us that.
Like, why would you do that?
Why are you doing it
if you're not going to get paid? I mean, and first I'm like, well, I'm doing it because I love it, which is of course is why you do anything. Like I
because you care about it.
I'm an artist because I love drawing. I didn't get paid to draw when I was a kid. Yes. It wasn't until way later that I actually made a career out of it, but I loved it. It's just inside is horror hosting or being a movie host is entertainment. Which is considered an art form, and which some people do make a living off of that art form. So it's not out of the question. Because ultimately, if we get a paying TV gig, that would be great. Or if there's a way we can figure out a way to make money by providing a service, which is entertainment. We're not begging for money.
No,
we're not on the corner. I'm not.
We're trying to provide people entertainment and do something that we enjoy.
Yeah, it's like somebody like a huckster with their guitar, or their street performer. They have a little hat there. You throw them a few shekels.
Yeah,
because they're providing you entertainment.
They're entertaining. They're out playing music.
They're not begging
so give them a tip because you enjoy their music.
Right, and so I don't have a problem with turning anything that you are passionate about, like I said,
into
in my
something
case,
that can pay you back. Ideally, it'd be great if we could turn this into something that would pay us back.
It's a business. These are intellectual properties that we own. It's just like Walt Disney created Mickey Mouse. And look where he's at. Look where he's at now. He's dead. But look what it came from.
But look what he built.
Yeah, and that was all from...
Look at the legacy.
Yeah, and it's not. And I don't think Walt Disney said, "Well, I'm going to do this to become a millionaire or a gazillionaire." He did it because he was into animation and he was into entertaining people, and it just blew up.
And it just so happened to pay him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Later on,
so I don't see anything wrong with that for horror hosts.
Wiki Bobby says, I wish you would show the Bela Lugosi movie where he plays a vampire and got this robot It was funny to watch. Oh, I'm not sure which one that is.
The robot
Bela
one.
Lugosi with a robot?
But isn't that Phantom Creeps? I know he's not a vampire.
Oh, that might have been the serial, The Phantom Creeps.
Phantom Creeps is a really crazy robot.
Yeah, that's a serial, but they did take some of the.
Play a vampire in
they did take some of the episodes from that and turn it into like a little movie.
I think there is a movie where he is a vampire, and there's another. It's not that movie. It's a different one.
Yeah.
I could see another poster in my head where it's Bela Lugosi. I think he might play but I definitely it's like more of a square robot that's in the movie. But yeah, you could probably look it up. You know, that's the other challenge too. We're still talking about reselling though, so.
Yeah, well, we could switch gears in a little bit.
Oh, we will.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
But we're still talking about reselling.
I know. I was just reading the comments.
So, you had some idea, some subject. You wanted to bring up free like things to do, like little.
Oh, so like when we go to these yard sales, something I've noticed is some of the yard sales have a free bin by the tree lawn. You know, by
that
the
was
edge.
a great. Speaking of Leonard Skinner, that was a great Leonard Skinner song.
Free bin.
Free bin. Oh, free bird.
Free bin. So
I know.
Yeah, we do find some stuff out of those free bins, so don't be ashamed to look in the free bin when you go to a yard sale.
We could do a weird. We could do like a parody called Free Bin.
Because
I won't be.
I found this
tomorrow.
little guy out of the free bin, and it's a Gund, Bradley bear, some type of bear. It's got a tag on it. It looks free. You know.
We could do a song parody, Free Bin.
Free bin?
I won't be here tomorrow. You should stop and look at me. I'm as free as a bin now.
Oh, jeez.
We do. I can write the lyrics to that. It's easy.
Oh, Wiki Bobby says, the one with a man who plays an old woman. Oh, that's Old Mother Riley.
Yeah.
I don't remember a robot in there.
Or a vampire.
No, there is a vampire. It's called Vampire Over London.
Okay, then that's it. Maybe he thinks Bela's in that one.
Bela is in that one.
Well, then, okay.
With Old Mother
There's
Riley,
a robot,
but I don't
then.
remember a robot in there.
See?
I'd have to look again.
old
Maybe
age.
there is and I forgot.
That's right. You have a birthday coming up. That's okay. I know.
Hey, stop it.
It's getting tough to remember things, honey. I know.
Stop it.
Every year that passes by.
Out of all the movies we show,
There might be. I think there is a robot in that one.
maybe there is. Maybe Bobby's got a better memory than I do.
He is Wikipedia, right?
Wikipedia, yeah.
Wiki Bobby.
Wiki Bobby. Wiki. It's funny. So yeah, sales are good. Sales are steady. I'm trying to build it up more, building up inventory because we're getting closer and closer to Christmas time. We're 6 months away, but I have that in mind for fall and winter.
Well,
to build up the inventory.
Fourth quarter's coming up, so
Yes.
yeah. I mean, we have to think about all that kind of stuff, you know. And yeah, yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to think. I had other stuff I wanted to talk about.
I love this time of year because, again, all these, I mean, I'm jealous as heck because now that I work full-time from home, I just can't pop out, you know, during the Thursday when everything's fresh at these garage sales.
And I go Thursday morning right when everything's fresh and, you know, you check the local listings and all that.
That's when you get the best deals, at least first, you know, dibs on stuff.
We're finding better deals at the yard sales and flea markets than at the thrift stores right now. I'm not getting as much at the thrift stores.
But thrift stores are, again, the art to that is just like the garage. You need to be there first. You can't wait because there's so much competition. Mm-hmm. Even if you had one reseller other than yourself there, and there's more than that. I'm not trying to. I'm just talking to everybody.
The thrift store is like a full store full of that. Most of the people that shop there,
especially
flip it.
The people that are waiting outside the door at 10 a.m. to get in, just like you would see at an estate sale.
Right.
They're ready because they know if they wait too long, that if they wait, someone else is going to grab it.
Yeah.
You know, for sure, another reseller. And we walk through Savers. I always see those dump sites. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, where people dump all the donations?
No, I'm talking about throughout the store. You could tell a reseller was there because there'll be bags and other...
Like stuff they just leave on the shelf in a different spot.
In a different spot that it shouldn't be in.
Because they looked it up on their phone and then put it back.
And just discard it as they go through the store. So that's usually a sign that don't pick that up because
someone dumped it there
there's
for a
toys
reason.
in the book aisle, and that usually means that's where they looked them up and just left them there.
I dumped it in the book aisle.
Or books in the toy aisle or whatever. You
Yeah.
know? That's usually a sign a reseller looked it up and didn't think it was worth it. And they're usually right.
Mm-hmm.
It depends, though. You know, some people don't mind making $10. Some people need to make $100 every sale. But some people are cool with 10 or 15. So
yeah,
maybe it wasn't. Maybe
it
might
all
be worth it
depends.
to you. So,
Depends on what they're asking
so
for
I
the
would
item
say,
too.
I would say look at some of those things because maybe it's just not in their price range, but it might be in yours.
Maybe.
Whoever, you know, whatever your model is out there. But
so there's that. All right. So we'll switch gears and we'll switch over to the Mummy and the Monkey.
Fine with me. Yeah.
So there's a lot going on with the Mummy and the Monkey.
Yep.
We have appearances coming up. We had an appearance on Saturday.
That's what we should talk about first.
Let's start there.
Yes, we went to we did an appearance. We scheduled it several weeks ago, and Saturday was this past Saturday was the big day.
Yes.
We made an appearance at North Coast Nostalgia, comic book store in Parma, Ohio.
Yeah, it's a really cute comic book shop. It's been there forever. The owner's super nice.
Like over 30 years.
Yeah, and I love that they have a lot of different back issues and all sorts of different collectibles on top of nice, a big selection of comics to choose from.
Yeah, and they usually they'll have like a lot of great silver age comics, which I like. I like the silver, then I like the 70s. Marvel. They have all kinds of weird stuff that comes in, as far as back issues. And of course, they carry a stock of new stuff. But we appeared as the Mummy and the Monkey, and I had a poster that I was selling. A few lucky people out there were actually there and picked up one of these Mummy and the Monkey fake comic book cover posters I put together.
Yeah.
It's you and me fighting this big green thing.
A small group of people came out, but it was great. We got to gab it up. We got to talk with everybody.
We were only there for 2 hours.
Yeah, we were just there for like a couple hours during the afternoon.
Yeah, Saturday from noon to 2.
Yeah, because I think he opened around between 11 and noon is when he was opening up the store.
I think we met some new met some new friends. We had Dane Stotzer came out with his daughter.
Yeah, that was nice to see them.
Yeah, and Snackmaster General Greg showed up.
Yep, we saw Greg.
We got a big old box of snacks for him for this week. I can't wait to dive into that. You should see some. You saw some of the stuff that was in there.
Yeah.
But wow.
So we'll show some of that on Friday.
Ooh.
And snack on some of it Friday.
You have to wear some sweatpants at
and save the rest for another episode.
It's like Thanksgiving when he comes around.
Yeah.
Of candy and snacks. But yeah, it was good seeing him and some other people that came out. A guy named Brett came out. And
oh, yeah.
We talked to him for quite a while. And the guy who hosted it, Adam, runs the shop. Very nice dude.
Oh, yeah.
We even picked up a few comic books when we were there. You have to do that, right? When in Rome, as they say.
So we picked up, the one is really, I'm excited to...
This one is awesome, right?
Vault of Horror.
And they have multiple. So EC has been, or Dark Horse is reprinting these EC comic books. And they're the books that Creepshow was, Tales from the Crypt was based off of. One of these EC titles. But this is all color reprints of horror comics. Beautiful stuff. Can't wait to read these. Woo, this is going to be fun. I'm going to read that. And then I'll save the best for last. But wait,
there's more.
I got this really cool, another reprint of the Hulk issue 180. It's the because that new Wolverine movie's coming out, or Deadpool movie with Wolverine. People are all Wolverine-y, yellow and blue suit. But actually, this is technically this is the actual first appearance of Wolverine because he shows up right at the end in the yellow and blue costume. See him there? Hey, bub, snicked. Does he snick there? He doesn't.
Does he?
The claws are out, but there's no snicked.
Show the picture.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying not to make sure that this is my reader copy.
Yeah, don't.
But they reprint.
Don't bend the pages.
I don't really care super much. But like everything, all the Marvel stamp is in there, and all the old ads are It's a total reprint. There's no new ads in here. Really cool. Got Big Jim. Look at that. The Big Jim action figure ad, double page.
Insane Jay says, just dropping by to say hi, y'all.
Hi, Insane
I'm still
Jay.
Supposed to be working.
Hey.
Shh. We'll catch more from the replay.
Now this, we got super lucky that he had one copy left. And I really wanted this because I didn't order it. I should have ordered it.
Yeah, we thought, well, let's ask him as soon as we get there to see if he has it.
Yes, and this is brought to you by Frank Miller Presents. Yes, the Sin City Daredevil. Frank Miller has his own comic book label, and the Svengoolie comic was lost in Svengoolie Lost in Time. We got that issue. Very
That's
cool
fun.
To have that, and can't wait to crack that open gently and read this one. But yeah, it's a dream, and it'll help motivate me, hopefully, to put together our comic book, because we should really do that.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they have an ad for Tune In With Me.
MeTV.
Yeah, MeTV, all over the place.
It's got the ads in there.
Yeah, and this is that one character, Nostalgia Ferratu. He's on the show, actually. This little Nostalgia for Atu guy.
Oh, so it has some of the TV show references.
We could do it. Yeah, we
That's
have
cool.
So many ideas in my head for our comic book, and I think I know what I need to do. So
One
anyway,
day.
That was fun finding that stuff, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so it was great to chat with everybody. We were kind of like the door greeters there.
That's right. It was nice talking to you. Good night.
Because they were by the door. Like, we were by the door.
They were too.
Well, the people coming in, as
Grim
they
and
were
Decay.
coming in, we were talking with them. Yeah,
we were right there, and we surprised some people. Some people did a Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, like, why are you dressed like that? Who are you people? You know. So we gave out some flyers, told them who we were.
Yeah.
But it was fun overall. I really enjoyed it, and I hope we can make more appearances there and at other local businesses in the area.
Yeah, and there was one guy there who was real nice, him and his friend, and they and we had introduced ourselves, and he goes, I never heard of you. Well,
that's okay. Now you have.
But until you know something, that's like, so are you born knowing everything, and you just never heard about us? Do you know what I mean? When people, I've been on this jag before about like movies and stuff like that. When people go, I'm not gonna go see that movie, Deadpool. I don't know that character. Yeah, but
learn.
The reason I know it's because I read I didn't know who
you
Deadpool
could look
was
him up.
Until I read the comic.
There's this thing called Google.
Well, there's this thing called reading or
wanting to learn something.
Or just learning.
Yeah.
So when people do that, I kind of like. I've graduated, with that type of thinking. Yeah. I don't say that. That will never come out of my mouth.
Because it's good to learn new things or learn about new characters or whatever.
You didn't know it until you did. So why do people still in there, if you're 10, you could get away with that maybe. But I'm just letting people know now, next time you start saying something like that, stop yourself because it's really a dumb thing to say because it assumes that you know everything except for just that stuff you don't know.
Okay, well don't.
You know what I mean?
Maybe they didn't mean to say it that way.
They didn't, but I
think they didn't mean to say it that way.
I just think it's interesting.
Don't let it get to you.
It didn't get to me.
It's okay.
It's just not getting to me. It's just that we all do it. And I had to stop myself going, you know what? Yeah, I didn't know what anything it was until I actually went to go experience it. Then I know.
Yeah. So, okay, Garas Fan says, I never saw Mummy and the Monkey until I did, and I'm a fan.
Hey, there you go.
Now he has heard. Yeah, so then so when someone says something like that, say in a nice way, well, now you have heard of us. We're telling you about us right now, and you learned something new.
That's true. Well, yeah. That's what you say. Now you have.
Now you have. Yeah.
So now.
Well, I never heard of you. Well, now you have. Yeah.
You should ask what his name is, and he goes, Bill Parchek. I never heard of you.
I never heard of you.
I didn't know you existed until I saw you right now.
Until I met you today.
Now maybe I'll be more interested in your life.
Now I know all about Bill, yeah.
Can I come over later and just watch you?
I don't think this person meant to say
it. They didn't,
no.
but we all say that.
Yeah.
Everyone does that.
I don't think people mean to say
I'm not gonna
some things in a jerky way.
But we all,
at all.
Everyone
I think
does
some
it.
people just say it and it's just a phrase.
It's one of those weird things that humans do without thinking they're doing it. That's all I'm saying. We all done it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go see.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Harry Potter.
Well, you could learn what it is.
I never read the book. But
you could give it a try. Yeah, give it a chance.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're good.
I'm just trying to process life. That's all.
Whoever said that, and if they're watching it now, it's all good. You're fine.
They ain't watching it.
Who knows? Maybe they did look us up and they subscribed. Maybe they did. And maybe they're hearing this now and they're like, what the heck?
Right, but I'm not honing in on that one particular person. I'm just saying in general, when anything.
I'm joking.
Like, even myself, I said, it drives me nuts that why do we do that? It's just a strange thing.
I'm joking. Okay. So we do have another appearance at Gross Fest, and we'll share info about it this Friday a little more.
Yeah.
It's a one-day film fest show in the Pittsburgh area. And it's indie filmmakers. So it's all indie filmmakers.
Yen's coming Gross Fest.
The guy that made Carousel will be there.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of
And he won a
movies.
Fangoria Award. Steve Rodzinski, I think that's how you say it. But he's going to be there, and that's pretty cool. Paul's Hangout says, I'm at a point now that I actually get aggravated when someone says they don't know who the Mummy and the Monkey are. Have they been under a rock?
That's right. No. Look, I totally expect that to be.
Right, we're going to expect a lot of that. There's still a lot, yeah.
And that's fine.
A lot of people who have.
We're not on television. We're not on. This is like, Although again, the way things are, I mean, you would think that.
Don't do the TV thing right now. I don't want to.
I'm not. I'm just
get
saying,
on that jag either.
I'm just saying, as often as easy it is now for people to like, to me that line's blurred now, right? I mean.
Yeah.
People watch YouTube right after they watch the local news. It's like, you just switch over to your Roku app or whatever and pop up YouTube just like you were watching local channels.
It's just, if you guys like watching our videos, share it with a friend. Share it on social media. Use hashtag #themummyandthemonkey.
Yeah.
And we do appreciate that. It does help because maybe someone will see that and be like, what the heck is this? And maybe they'll actually like it. So
we've been trying to do what antenna television does, in that we have a scheduled program. It's at 8:45 p.m. on a Friday night, as opposed to just uploading a show and you can watch it whenever you want. Even though it does eventually do that after we broadcast, after we do the show. But we're even trying to do that type of thing because that's the difference between stuff on YouTube, obviously, and most stuff on YouTube that's not scheduled to air at a certain time.
So Gross Fest is Saturday, August 5th.
Coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up in a few weeks. So yeah, we're going to be in the Pittsburgh area for Gross Fest.
Gross.
Tim Gross puts it on. Nice dude, and that's his real name. It's kind of funny. He runs a film festival that's horror, scary movies. And his name is Gross.
I think he embraced it. He's lucky because, look, I mean, that's just, it made it that much easier to name his event.
It's like it was meant to be. It's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those guys are super nice. It'll be nice to see everybody, from that, indie film fest kind of crowd.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one, and not strangely enough, but, excitedly enough, because it seems like it's right up our alley.
Yeah.
I love indie films. I
can't
wait to...
It's a one-day thing, so it's not like a big full weekend.
Right.
You could go for
small commitment.
Yeah, it's just a small. You could go for the day and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just watch some movies and chat with people. So later on in August, we're going to try to go to Horror Hound Weekend in Indianapolis.
Well, and why are we going there? Now let's address this. This is big news.
We're gonna get into that too.
We didn't even tease this.
No. So why are we going to Horror Hound Weekend in Indianapolis? Or trying to go? Well, we are in the horror. Well,
the Mummy and the Monkey.
You say it.
We're inducted in our inductees into the 2023 Horror Host Hall of Fame.
Yes, there we go. I was trying to figure out how to word that.
Oh.
So we people voted. You guys out there voted.
We're in the Horror Host Hall of Fame.
We're in the Horror Host Hall of Fame for 2023.
Woohoo!
So that was really awesome. Thank you guys who voted for us or put in a good word or whatever.
And who voted for everybody. The class consists of four other
There's
inductees.
4 other inductees. So Rod Serling.
Yeah, not Rod Sterling.
Rod Serling.
That's a different guy. Rod
from
Serling.
The Twilight Zone.
Yes. You know who Rod Sterling hangs out with?
Who?
Bela Lugosi.
Ah! It's Bela.
I know, but...
It's Bela.
And Albert Hitchcock.
Albert?
Yeah, I heard that
too. It's Alfred.
I know, but I hear Albert. Rod Sterling and Albert Hitchcock. I hear.
Oh, like people mispronounce.
That's what I'm saying. Those guys hang out with each other. Albert Hitchcock and Rod Sterling and Bela Lugosi, whoever that is. But anyway, yes. So and there was a couple more people. Oh, Selwyn.
Yes.
Dale Wambolt and
Baron Daemon. Daemon.
Baron. I believe it's. I think it's pronounced Daemon.
Daemon. Yeah.
Baron Daemon.
So very cool. So congrats to the other inductees.
Yes.
There's 4 other inductees.
That's a strong class. Oh man, come on, Rod Sterling can't beat that.
Yeah, Rod Serling.
Right up there with the Twilight Zone guy.
That's pretty sweet.
I love it.
Yeah. So and that's something like in the past, before the pandemic and all that other stuff, we used to be a part of the Horror Host Hall of Fame where we would induct people.
We've inducted people.
We've gone out there, a couple of times, and then sometimes we would send in video if we couldn't make it out to the convention.
Right.
But, we were a part of inducting people in the past, and we weren't even... We never thought we'd get nominated, honestly.
Yeah, let alone be inducted in there.
Yeah.
So.
We never thought it would happen.
So Matthew Brassfield puts all that together. He's a behind-the-scenes guy, and and does a lot of hard work for that organization. So thank you so much, everybody involved, and thanks again, like Janet said, anyone who voted for us and then voted for any of the inductees for 2023.
Yeah.
It's sometimes honestly, I just kind of wonder if that's are we ready for the Hall of Fame, and does that mean it's over with? Are we done? I mean, if you become a Hall of Famer, is that it?
No, we keep going.
Okay.
We keep going
we still need to win that Rondo Award.
Because we still need a Rondo one day.
Dang it, I want that Rondo Award so bad.
And we still need 100,000 subscribers one day.
That too.
We're at 4,000 subscribers now.
Only 9,600.
Only
906.
No.
900.
Only 96,000 more subscribers to go.
That's it.
Only 96,000 more.
And it took us how many years to get this? The 4,000? So do the math on that one.
Yeah. So maybe 200 years from now we'll reach 100,000 subscribers.
Yes, we do have a Rhonda Award, which is one of a kind.
Yes.
Which we love.
The Rhonda is a one-of-a-kind award, and we will cherish
We'll be the only recipients of a Rhonda,
forever.
which is awesome.
Yes, we cherish this award. This was made by Mark Rogers, who did a lot of really cool art. He would send in art to Sammy Terry. Yeah, I was going to mention, he did pass away, I think, over the winter time. So, unfortunately, he's no longer around, but he used to send in some amazing art, and he was a really nice guy.
Hey, buddy.
I have a Roomba, says Garas fan.
That's awesome. Roomba Award.
The Roomba Award. There you go.
Yeah.
Wiki Bobby says, Janet, I've been knowing since the Daughter of the Ghoul.
That who you were, yeah.
Yeah. That was before we were Mummy and the Monkey.
Don't let it go to our heads. Trust me, it's not. It's like I said, it's crazy,
It's not. It won't, I can't wear it like a hat.
Whoa, easy. No, we're gonna still be the same Mummy the Monkey. We're not. That doesn't change anything. But it's great. I mean, like I said, it's something we didn't think ever could happen or ever would happen. So
yeah. So it's just
it's humbling.
We're really grateful that people even thought to put us on there.
Yeah, for sure. Because to me, some of those people that are in there have been doing it for 4 or 5 times longer than we ever have. So and they obviously need to be in there. And a lot of the
and there's still a lot of other horror hosts next
many.
year and in the future that I think should be inducted. That they have a large following and a really cool production. Where they have a professional looking set and everything, and they definitely need some love in the future.
They will.
Everyone they need to be inducted as well.
Yeah, if we can get in there, anybody.
Yeah,
can.
There you go. There's hope for others.
We mean that in obviously the most comical
joking.
way.
We're being silly.
No, but we are. It does mean a lot to us. Obviously, I mean, we take this seriously, even though it's all about having fun. And but why would we do this if we didn't really love it? I mean, it's like anything else. How many things have any of us in our lives? You do it for a while, whether it's a bowling league, let's say, you kind of like doing it, and you kind of just quit it because we've dropped so many things in our lives, like hot potatoes, because we get bored of them. I'm not bored of this yet. Are you?
No, there's so much more I want to do with this, and I want Mummy and the Monkey to do well.
You should see too, because and this is true because you don't even know how many times, and this is stuff you don't see. We get into it about not having a new skit every week. Like that, why? If it didn't mean anything, why would it be?
We want to put out more content, but then
it bums us out that we don't have.
When there's time constraints, some weeks it's just tough to.
Yeah, and we would like to, but then I try to, when this comes up, and I know sometimes it really frustrates you, I try to tell you, look, this is the way I rationalize it. We put on a live show almost every week. That's all new content. Those are like skits when we're on the air doing stuff live.
There are weekly shows where people do a show every week, but we do it live in real time.
It doesn't matter. Even
we're
if
in front of the camera and we have to sit there every week.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
We'll take
a lot of stuff is
that's not what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what you meant.
Even if we produced a show and taped it, that's still new content.
I mean, you're still putting work into it either way. Yeah.
Right. So you're basically. I mean, we do a 2-hour show. This thing I got to bring. The movies we show are usually about an hour long. If they're I usually cut everything down. So that's 1 hour is the movie, which even that has us in it. We put drops and sound effects in it. So it's not just a movie that I'm just saying that's how we do it. And then that other hour that's there is us hanging out. Providing, unscripted, just, and even if it was scripted, it wouldn't matter. There's an hour of entertainment we put together every week beside the movie.
Almost every week, yeah.
Well, when we do a show, it's an hour of us talking and just hanging out and just doing whatever. Our regular bits, skits,
we put on the YouTube community section, I think a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, and I had a little poll put on there. So
I have a little poll. What?
You're talking about.
If
we should continue the Harry Scary Hangout or do the pre-recorded shows. 81% of you out there, 81% voted, and they prefer the interaction of the Harry Scary Hangout.
That's cool.
They prefer that interaction. But they like that.
But I want to make one point really clear, because I know I'm talking, and when I replay it back in my head, I'm like, anybody that does any type of entertainment.
Yes.
Anyone, not only the horror host, anybody.
Yeah, I mean, you could do podcasting every week. You could be a singer, and maybe you put out video. Any type of entertainment. Yeah.
Let me finish my thought.
But this is me agreeing with you and adding on to it.
Right. Anyone that's doing this, don't beat yourself up over maybe not, like I'm saying, in our case, because the point was, we do this, and it's not like we do it like with our eyes closed and we just kind of just sleepwalk through it or phone it in. It gets to the point where even though we have all this stuff prepared, we still kind of are bummed out that we don't have like a new skit. And then I got to say, hey, we still have lots of stuff we did do for the show. So, yeah. But I'm just like, my point is that the passion is still there for us. We do care about, what we do. And anyone that puts out anything, obviously, if they have something out, they care about it.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to, what we do, the same thing. It's like, so sometimes we're all of us creatives, no matter what it is that we're doing, we get to be. But the reason why we're hard on ourselves, meaning everybody collectively that does something, is because we care. Yeah. About what we do.
Well, and what's that saying? You are your own worst critic.
Of course. Oh my God, yeah.
You could have something in your head like, "Oh, we didn't do this right," or "I should have said this," but then later on, maybe maybe the YouTube viewers are like, "Oh, that was good. I liked it."
Personally,
but then in your head you're thinking, "Oh, it should have went this way or that way."
And that's a good sign, because that means you what you're doing, and you indirectly, anyone that's doing anything, they care enough about what they're working on. They have that they do have a passion for, and they do care about it, and they're trying their best to give whatever they're putting out or outputting.
Yeah.
They want it to be the best they can be. You should always kind of feel a little unsatisfied and, or not unsatisfied, but wanting to do more next time. And we feel that with this.
Well, because we have ideas in mind, and you set
so many, yeah.
Yeah, you set these things for yourself, but of different, like a list of things you want to work on, and
most important, like I said, I don't want to make it sound like we're the only ones doing it. That's not what I'm saying.
No,
that we're the only.
No, there's a lot of entertainers out there that work their butts off. And they're trying to work towards their goals.
It's entertainers, sports people, you name it. Anyone that's doing anything.
Singers, musicians, podcasters. There's a lot of people that are pursuing stuff
with their professions or their passion projects.
Totally.
So we definitely do this because, and it's just us two. I mean, that's the other thing too. It's just us two, which is most of the case with all these shows.
In the past, we would have some friends be a part of some of the skits.
But it's 99% us.
Yeah, but most of the time we put it together.
Which I said again is the case, especially with horror hosting. Most of the stuff that's out there it's usually the person and maybe the person they're with, or a friend or two, and that's usually about it.
Well, okay, so let's continue on and read comments and let's settle down a bit. Captain Awesome says, as you grow, that live interaction is going to get harder. Creature Features chat goes by so fast. So Creature Features, that show's awesome. Those guys are great. They have really good production value. Mm-hmm. So they really set that bar high.
Well, the whole thing
they've really built it up really good. They're entertaining, they're good characters, and they now have access to some decent movies, some really good movies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No more giant leeches for them. Well, they might pop that every now.
Amanda says, I look forward to Fridays. Thank you, Miss Amanda.
Well, that's another thing.
Ricky Bobby says, agreed about live entertainment. He likes seeing us live.
It is an interesting thing. Like I said, to me, look, that was the one thing we tried to do was figure, and with anything I've ever worked on, I might have said this in the past too, is always try to find, even though there's nothing original and nothing that's, new under the sun, I understand that, but you have to assess what your work, like particularly with the horror hosting thing. I don't know of any other, there might be shows out there, and I'd love to see them if they're out there, because I love this whole genre, but there's probably, even if there are other horror host shows that are broadcast live, their actual stream is live, I thought that would separate us a little bit different,
well,
from,
there's another YouTuber, and I don't
the
know
aesthetic
if
of the show.
He does some fun jokes and stuff. The Dead Skeleton Show.
Oh, Dead Skeleton is really funny.
He's mostly like a comedy show where he does jokes and stuff live, and he's got puppets.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually
really funny puppets.
Doing the stuff live, and he's got, it looks like he probably has a couple helpers with him if they're doing the puppetry. But it's a really good looking show, and the jokes are fun.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my favorite independent production was one that not a lot of people know about. But I wish, I think that they should. They're not doing it anymore for lots of different reasons, but it's Incognito Cinema Warriors.
Yeah, they had, their show was produced very well.
Beautifully done. A guy named Rick Wolf.
Had good looking puppets and everything.
Yeah, there was a guy named Rick Wolf, and he had a staff with him, a couple other guys that seemed like they were all huge fans of Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's very apparent. They pretty much came up with their own version of that, let's say.
Is that Louis over there?
Yeah.
Oh, he was sitting on the...
Yeah.
Okay.
They came up with their own version of Mystery Science Theater 3000, an homage to it, because they loved it so much. And it's called, if you want to look this up, Incognito Cinema Warriors. And it's really, I love it. I've got just about every episode they put out. They only put out a handful of episodes. And now I think the guy does like voiceovers, and didn't
he do video game stuff for a while, video game reviews or something?
They riff on I guess they play the games, or they watch people play, and they riff on the games.
Oh, okay.
They do that still, I believe. It's called Robot Co-op or something. But I haven't followed that stuff. I'm not big into the game stuff, but they did like a horror hosted thing where they showed like some B movies like Lady Frankenstein and Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory.
Yeah, I've watched some of those with you.
Yeah, I just love those. I think what they did, the look of them's good. They got really heavy with story, and the show actually evolved from a horror hosted movie show to like an episodic drama. In the end, it was just the episodes were more of them doing stuff within this. It's basically a guy who was part of like a tactical team fighting the zombie apocalypse who gets locked into a movie theater. And there's robots there, of course, because that's the Mystery Science thing. For some reason, there's robots there, and it has some evil scientists, it makes them watch
they try to do like a little story.
It was basically, and they
definitely inspired by Mystery Science Theater.
Hugely, but the cool thing was the creative, they have high quality, these kids did they were young when they did this, too. They might have been in their late teens, early 20s.
Oh, cool.
Like that young.
Okay.
When they first started doing this, out of Kansas City, Missouri, I believe. And, the production values are amazing. These guys, scraped every penny together, built a beautiful set, and put all the money into understanding post-production video stuff. The DVDs are amazing. The menus are incredible. I know it took, and this is with older technology too. I think they did these things in like 2012, and even back then, that stuff wasn't even that good as far as computer speed.
Oh,
it was okay, but they must have went high end on everything and spent every penny they had on processing.
Or maybe they had access. Who knows?
They didn't.
Anyway,
there's behind the scenes that they do show you what they're using. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so
let's continue on. There's more comments. Sears James says, as Pavarotti said, you're not an artist if you don't get nervous. Great artists get nervous. I know I get nervous. I know I get anxious. I get anxiety.
I just get drunk.
For sure. Wiki Bobby says, like TikTok got people doing live cast talking. Oh, maybe he means podcast talking?
Well, there's,
live streaming?
Live streaming. That's what TikTok is,
Well, no, TikTok used to be just sharing short video clips. Maybe they do other things now, but we don't really use TikTok.
Nah, it's too...
We've got enough going on with YouTube. And YouTube does have the YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Or YouTube Reels, whatever they call it now. So every now and then, I'll upload some shorts on our channel.
Or shorts.
Yeah, I'll upload my shorts. I'm wearing short shorts today.
There you go.
No pants today.
Well, what do you think? Pants or no pants?
Pants or no pants? Victor says hello. Hello, Victor. Hello. We're probably going to sign out in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So we're excited about the appearances. We have some appearances this fall also.
Wasteland.
We have Cinema Wasteland this fall. There's a toy collectible show this fall. There's Akron Comic-Con this fall. So there's 3 shows. And then we've got a couple more shows this summer. So a good handful of appearances for the rest of the year.
Yeah. We'll be busy. It's like making my mind spin right now.
Yeah, and there's just there's so much to do, but it's all stuff we like.
That's right. And now that we're in the Horror Host Hall of Fame, I expect the red carpet treatment wherever we go.
Yeah, right.
No. But it is cool. Like I said, it is an honor, and it is very, very neat to be in there. Wow. Again, it's you know.
It's very cool.
We did this for something, I guess.
Yeah, and now we have to come up with a speech for the ceremony because I have no idea what we're going to say for that.
It was the best of times. It was the worst.
I mean, maybe you could go up there and just fart the whole time.
Well, give
some people do say it's the fart show.
We have our show has been called the Fart Show.
People have called it the Fart Show.
Yeah, well, you know, I can definitely honor that one. And now, here to accept their award for the Horror Host Hall of Fame, here is the Mummy and the Monkey. There's my speech.
There's our speech.
And no, we'll
have to think of something.
Again, we're kidding. It's a comedy show.
Yeah, we're joking. But what's cool is Slash Cooper will be hosting it.
That's right. Our buddy, yeah, Slash
from
Cooper.
Slash's Graveyard Tales.
Yep. And I think Mr.
Molto will be inducting us.
That's really cool.
And Mr. Molto is cool. Slash Cooper is very cool. Foxy Roxy's cool. So we're excited.
Who isn't cool?
Well, we're excited about seeing them. You know, they're nice people.
Yeah, of course.
They're nice creatures.
Well, okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast, I think. And Rod Serling will be there.
In spirit.
I guess. If he got nothing else better to do, he's probably still busy in the afterlife. That guy.
Yeah, Greg's here. Hi there, Greg.
In the Twilight Zone.
So yeah, thank you guys for joining the podcast. If you're just now joining on YouTube, you could catch the replay that will be archived on the channel. If you like these videos, you can hit like. If you haven't subscribed yet, you know, go ahead, click subscribe and click the little notification bell.
What kind of hurt, you know?
So that way when we go live or upload something new, you out there will be the first to be notified. Ooh. That way you don't miss anything. You might miss something that you might find interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
So thank you guys. One more comment. David says, hard to believe only 26 people are watching. Should be much more. Love the show.
Well, they could be watching, right? I mean, they're just not in the chat.
Well, some people watch later.
Well,
some people are still at work trying to get home from work.
But if someone's watching, you can they don't have to be in the chat to tell that they're watching, right?
You could see how many people are there.
Like, clicked in.
Yeah.
I can believe
it's a Monday night,
it's just
Mondays aren't as exciting.
Yeah, people are doing way more exciting things on Monday night.
Monday fun day.
Hey now.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Good night. Good Friday. Mwah. And we'll see you this Friday. Or is it Tuesday? Is it Monday or Tuesday?
It's Monday.
It's Monday. Okay. I'm like a day ahead here. Bye, guys.